Welcome all. Today we are going to embark on an electrifying journey delving into the riveting evolution and monumental rise of Mexican cartels. This video would be part one of captivating tales that have shaped the very fabric of Mexico's underworld. Cocaine culture and the pervasive influence of drug cartels in Mexico have been subjects of intense interest and scrutiny in recent decades. The emergence of a vibrant and destructive cocaine culture in Mexico can be traced back to the 1970s when the country became a major transit and production hub for the drug. Over time, this illicit trade evolved into a highly organized and lucrative enterprise, fueled by the demand for cocaine in the United States and other global markets. Cocaine trade before cartels. Before the rise of powerful drug cartels in Mexico, the selling and distribution of cocaine were not as centralized or organized. Rafael Caroquintero was a notable person who involved in the drug trade in the 1970s and 1980s, and became a prominent figure before the cartels gained their full power and influence. He became a member of the Guadalajara Cartel later, one of the earliest Mexican drug trafficking organizations, and played a significant role in the development of the drug trade in Mexico. The culture of cartels rose to prominence in the 1980s and beyond, shaping the modern drug culture in Mexico with their extensive operations, including cocaine trafficking. The Guadalajara Cartel. The formation of the Guadalajara Cartel likely occurred between 1978 and 1980 when drug traffickers regrouped in Guadalajara, Jalisco. The Guadalajara Cartel, also known as the Federation, was formed by Miguelangel Felixgalarado, Rafael Caroquintero, and Ernesto Fonseca Carrillo. Throughout the 1980s, the Guadalajara Cartel controlled much of the drug trafficking in Mexico and along the Mexico-US border. Several regions in Mexico, including Jalisco, Sinaloa, and Baja California, were part of the cartel's operations. Miguelangel Felixgalarado brokered corruption with state officials and took control of trafficking routes after the Avila's criminal organization was eliminated. Major marijuana plantations started to thrive in the early 1980s, benefiting from improved seedless varieties that fetched higher prices. The new desert-based plantations faced challenges like well-digging laws, but corruption and intimidation allowed them to grow unchecked. In the 1980s, a high-profile incident involving the kidnapping, torture, and murder of DEA agent Enriquekiki by cartel members drew international attention to their brutality. Enriquekiki was a DEA agent stationed in Guadalajara. On February 7, 1985, he was kidnapped by members of the Guadalajara Cartel while investigating their illegal drug operations. The exact details of the torture he endured are deeply disturbing and include beatings, electric shocks, and other unspeakable acts. After enduring unimaginable suffering, Enriquekik's life was tragically cut short. On March 5, 1985, his body was found buried on a ranch in the state of Michoacán, Mexico, along with that of Alfredo Zavala Avelar, a Mexican pilot who had been assisting the DEA. Camarina's death sent shockwaves throughout the United States and Mexico, as he was the first DEA agent to be killed in the line of duty in Mexico. Camarina's murder led to a 4-year manhunt that brought down several leaders of the Guadalajara Cartel. After the arrests of Caroquintero and Ernesto Fonseca Carrillo, Felixgalarado decided to divide the drug trade among different bosses to minimize risk. Felixgalarado retained some control but was arrested in 1989, which ended the era of Guadalajara Cartel, and leading to the rise of various drug cartels like the Tijuana and Sinaloa cartels. The Tijuana Cartel, also known as the Arellano Felix organization, was born in the late 1980s in Tijuana, Mexico. It rose to power under the leadership of the Arellano Felix brothers, who expanded their influence in drug trafficking and organized crime. Founded by the Arellano Felix family, it was once described as one of Mexico's biggest and most violent criminal groups. To transport drugs without police knowledge, the Tijuana Cartel utilizes intricate tunnel systems and concealed compartments in vehicles. In 1993, a tragic incident known as the Zona Norte massacre occurred when cartel gunmen opened fire on a strip club, killing 6 people. Another incident where Ramon Arellano Felix ordered a hit which resulted in the mass murder of 18 people in Ensenada, Baja California, on September 17, 1998. The cartel is known for its involvement in other criminal enterprises, such as money laundering and human trafficking. The Tijuana Cartel infiltrated Mexican law enforcement and the judicial systems. The cartel's Los Palillos group acted as its armed wing in the United States, controlling criminal activities in California and Nevada. the cartel faced internal power struggles and leadership conflicts, especially after the arrest of key leaders like Benjamin Arellano Felix in 2002. The Tijuana Cartel was further weakened in August 2006 when its chief, Javier Arellano Felix, was arrested by the U.S. Coast Guard. Mexican army troops were sent to Tijuana in January 2007 in an operation to restore order to the border city and root out corrupt police officers who were cooperating with the Tijuana Cartel. In June 2020, an alliance with the Jalisco New Generation Cartel led to the Tijuana Cartel being rebranded as Tijuana Cartel New Generation. In 2023, a nearly 20-year investigation against the Tijuana Cartel concluded, with the guilty plea of former cartel hitman Juan Francisco Silas Rocha in a U.S. federal court. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to our channel.